Hey guys, Omni here. Still a little under the weather, getting better, making some progress. But earlier today, late getting to it, but we got the final trailer for the upcoming Godzilla King of the Monsters, or Godzilla 2, whatever you want to call it. Uh, I've done a reaction and commentary for the previous trailers for this movie. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. This is probably the one of the earliest fandoms that I've ever been a part of. I've seen every Godzilla movie that exists except up until Shin Godzilla. I haven't watched that yet, or the ones that are on Netflix, but everything prior to those I have seen. Even the horrible 99 one. But I love this series. I love Godzilla. I love the concept, and I'm so glad that they're bringing in monsters that we're familiar with. If we've been with the series for a long time or have any kind of familiarity with it, and I can't wait. All the trailers for this movie just have me so freaking excited. And let's just go ahead and jump into the final trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters. And here we go.
What we are witnessing here is the return of Titans.
Is this Over the Rainbow?
How many of these
It is.
17.
17? What? I thought it was just the 4.
Rodan, Ghidorah.
Oh my.
Dude, Ghidorah looks so awesome.
They're hunting. They all respond directly to an alpha. We stop this Ghidorah. We stop them all.
Is there another creature that might stand a chance against him?
Heck yeah, there is.
My God. Zilla.
My God, Zilla.
Our planet will perish, and so will we. Unless we set Godzilla free.
Free? Did they capture him? What happened?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's bring him in for a beer. No, this time we join the fight.
Ooh. Dude. I love this tagline. One king to rule them all.
This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Oh my God, Zilla. That freaking looks. I don't. There's so many wonderful shots in this movie, in this trailer. I mean, there's a lot of clips that we've seen before, but a whole lot of new ones. 17 monsters, 17 titans. I don't think I can even remember 17. I wonder if they're all going to be, if they're going to be new, if Godzilla, Rodan, Ghidorah, and Mothra are the only ones from the original history or original series that are making an appearance. I don't think so. I think there's been hints of Anguirus being in there. I don't know who else would be involved. Manda, Caesar, or like, gosh, there's so freaking many. Gigan would be an awesome one, but that's another alien one. And Ghidorah traditionally has always been from space, so I don't know. Maybe he crash landed on Earth, and that's how he ended up in the ice. Otherwise, he's just another one that's born on Earth, which is interesting. I can't even fathom seeing 17 kaiju in this movie. Like no way. Like it already looks super packed with like the 4 that they have. I'm sure they won't be focused on. They can't be. They're not showing them. They might just exist in the world somewhere. They might just know about them, but I would love to see them. I would love to see some of the old classic kaiju as well from the old series. Like all of the ones that live on Monster Island in the old canon, like that would be top notch. But I'm satisfied alone with Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra entering the ring with Godzilla in this. It looks balls to the wall, insane. And where the first one didn't really have enough of Godzilla or enough of the monsters, I really feel like the humans and the monsters will balance out in this. Especially since they're researching them directly. Before, we were following somebody who wasn't part of Bardark, that wasn't part of this group or in the know about these creatures or anything like this. This is the organization themselves tracking them, watching them, studying them. So it has to be incorporated as a main portion of the plot. Rodan looks awesome. Mothra, the design change, like I get it. It looks great. I like the more traditional version of Mothra. It seems more softer, more in tune with the protector role that character has in this original sagas. But I don't know how they might shift the lore in this. I mean, clearly we're not going to see the little fairies for Mothra, I would imagine, which is a little disappointing, but they're kind of going for like a real world interpretation of this. So kind of cutting them out, what I understand, but the fan in me wants to see the little fairies that protect and summon and work for Mothra, the guardians of Mothra, or whatever you want to call them. They've been called a bunch of different things in different iterations of the character. But all these designs look crazy. It looks intense. I don't know how mankind could even survive with these things running around. I have no idea, but I am beyond ready for this movie. There's a lot of awesome movies coming out this year. Endgame is just in 2 days. Can't wait. I'm seeing that early. I'll have a review for that. We got Star Wars Episode 9, which hopefully will be a solid entry in the series again as well. And this Detective Pikachu, oh my lord, so many movies. And this is like a lot of stuff back to back to back this spring going into summer. A lot of solid movies. I'm glad that it's kind of starting to get a little spread out, man. On top of Game of Thrones ending this same like period. Gosh, this trailer gets me so pumped. Like all the action is so intense and raw and visceral, and I love it. All intertwined with all this intercut like action sequences and spectacle with this whimsical kind of music playing in the background. And it just elevates all of it into kind of like a different mesh of tones. But I feel like it all works together. I think it's going to be, I think this one will soar in a lot of the ways that the first film kind of didn't take off, because there was just an unbalanced weight in the last one. And that was the problem for a lot of people that aren't familiar with the franchise. Honestly, the first Godzilla movie in 2014 in this series is very much in line with the classic Godzilla movie. The Godzilla isn't always in a vast majority of the film. It's always some weird, crazy, doohickey storyline with the human characters, and then Godzilla just kind of shows up here and there, sprinkled throughout until the climax, which is what happened in that. I could say that there's a vast majority of Godzilla films in which he's in the movie a comparable amount to how much he was in that movie. But the way it was marketed and the way people were, the way people have evolved into these expectations of spectacle and sights and action and oomph in their movies and their franchises has kind of like got us on the edge and needing more than what we got. And for that, I understand why it underdelivered for a lot of people. For me, I still really liked it. The human characters were, aside from Ken Watanabe and Bryan Cranston, who was only in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I could care less about any of them. I was really just there for the monster stuff. And the monster stuff for me was worth the wait throughout the entire movie. So I accepted that. There was never a happier moment after the disappointment of the 99 Godzilla, which was just a giant iguana. He had no radioactive breath, nothing, none of the characteristics that actually made him Godzilla, which is why in the Japanese film that came out later after that, Godzilla Final Wars, the traditional Godzilla straight up kills that Godzilla that was in that movie. They incorporated that Godzilla into their canon just so they could have the real Godzilla kill it. And I love that. I can't wait. I can't wait. It just looks so good. But yeah, that moment when you finally see the pulses in the clouds of the blue, just and then the atomic breath comes pouring out his mouth, man. That was one of the most like ecstatic adrenaline pumping moments I've seen in a movie. And that's probably just because I've been denied it from any kind of interpretation in the West up until that point. And maybe just the little bit that we got, the little bit of payoff where I was like, maybe this won't happen. Maybe he'll just be a gigantic lizard in this one and not even have any powers. And just, they paid it off. They got me that. And then they're going straight into this crazy kaiju action battles, and I'm ready. So I got nothing else to say for this. I'm just kind of talking in circles now. So I'm going to pass this off to you guys. What do you all think about this? What kaiju do you want to see in this? What other creatures do you want to see pop up in this? Maybe new ones, completely new kaiju? Do you want to see some of the classic ones? Let me know down in the comments below. We'll have a conversation. And that's it for this video, guys. Take care, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.